Idols of the heart. It might sound strange if I ask you whom you worship. The majority of people in our great country consider themselves Christians. And yet, looking at their lives, we see little indication of their faith in Christ or a belief in the Bible. Some attend church on Christmas and Easter, and others more frequently, but few are living as the Bible calls us to live. The reason for this, more often than not, is that there are just other things that are simply more pressing or important to us. After all, we need to work for a living, and we need to care for our children. And then there is always work to do around the house and friends to entertain. On Sunday, there are sporting events for the kids and professional sports for dad. The list is endless and leaves very little time and energy for the pursuit of God. In reality, we were created with a need for a relationship with God. Some of us have even had a moment of desperation in which we cried out or actually prayed the prayer, but nothing really changed, and sooner or later we found ourselves back in the same rut. So having tried God, we are convinced that we are beyond help. It is this frame of mind that the addict continues on with his sinful behavior, assuming that this is the closest he will ever get to being happy. Like the woman at the well in Samaria, who was on her 6th relationship with a man because the first 5 didn't satisfy her, repeatedly returned to the same behavior, expecting different results. Jesus informed her that her real need was spiritual and offered her the living water. With this living water, he said, she would never thirst again. For over 100 years, we at America's Keswick Colony of Mercy have taught successfully that the answer to addiction is a life-sustaining relationship with Jesus Christ. The way to begin to have this is to put God first before all other people and things. Good and bad, we must, as Jesus himself said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and your mind, and with all your strength. It's from Mark 12:30. Only by doing this will we, like the woman at the well, leave our water pot and personally know the Messiah, Jesus Christ, as a source of satisfaction. Now, there's many different idols of the heart that we can turn to instead of God and Jesus Christ. We can have idols be people. We can have intimate acquaintances. Our children can be an idol. Our unresolved relationships from the past, being stuck and wondering about a relationship that you're not in anymore, can be an idol and can take you away from thinking about God. And of course, substances can be an idol. Drugs, alcohol, smoking, even food can all take the place of worshiping God and become an idol of the heart. And different behaviors can become idols. Illicit sexual activities can be an idol. Compulsive behaviors where we just keep doing things without really being able to stop. There's easily recognized compulsive behaviors like gambling, smoking, pornography, drugs. But I've found in sobriety and in my walk, I can compulsively clean or compulsively want to get rid of things that I deem as extra or not necessary. And this isn't as bad as other sinful compulsive behaviors, but it still takes me away from God, and it kind of disrupts my roommates a little bit when I throw stuff away that they were counting on having. And there are 3 steps to overcome these different idolatries. There's identification. You got to identify, what do you want more than anything else? And left to your own devices, what will you do? And then there's intention. What is keeping you from giving up the thing that you know you have to give up? And what will it cost you to walk away? And finally, there's independence. Acknowledging how the Lord can satisfy your needs. And how will this affect your loved ones? And so I've been blessed by recognizing the idols in my heart and casting them out and just turning to God and just worshiping him as my all and my everything.